Welcome back for some national news. The Congress has reacted sharply to Salman Rushdie's interview to NDTV, in which the author said some in the Congress are happy that he did not come to India to take part in the Jaipur Lit Fest. Congress spokesperson Abhishek Manu Singhvi told NDTV that a person of Salman Rushdie's eminence should not make political statements.
What made you eventually decide to not come? Is it because you felt that it was not fair to put the entire festival through what you seem to be told? Is it that you didn't think it was worth it? Or did you at some level instinctively feel, I don't fully buy what I'm being told?
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was fantastically fishy. I think that from the moment that, the way in which the Congress party, wherever, the Congress party in government or in Rajasthan or wherever, the way in which Congress officials and many other party officials of other parties all stated their opposition to my coming, I felt quite clear that some way would be found to prevent me from coming. And in the end, sadly, it was.
And has anybody in the government, did anyone put pressure on you from the political establishment to not come to India, Salman?
Not directly, no. I mean, I wasn't contacted by anyone in the government. So no, that's not true. And in fact, at the beginning, the Rajasthan authorities were saying to the Jaipur Festival organizers that they wanted to work with them to make the trip possible. But as it got closer and closer, that commitment, I feel, began to waver. And then came this ridiculous episode of the invented threat. So I have some skepticism about how genuine their commitment to have me come was. I think it was really convenient to everybody in the Congress party that I didn't show up just before the UP vote.
President Barack Obama made a strong pitch for a second term in his State of the Union speech. He called for higher taxes on the rich and new remedies for the US mortgage crisis. A starkly populist State of the Union address aimed at convincing voters to give him a second term. He called for clean energy, encouraged American children to complete high school, benefits for industries to create jobs instead of outsourcing.
With elections just 9 months away, as expected, Obama made a sweeping case for a second term in office, returning to a theme from his 2008 campaign, outsourcing.
It is time to stop rewarding businesses that ship jobs overseas and start rewarding companies that create jobs right here in America.
Obama proposed changing the U.S. tax code that currently gives tax breaks to companies that outsource jobs overseas.
If you're a business that wants to outsource jobs, you shouldn't get a tax deduction for doing it. That money should be used to cover moving expenses for companies like Masterlock that decide to bring jobs home.
With an eye on the monthly unemployment figures, the U.S. president said no American company should be allowed to avoid paying taxes by moving jobs and profits overseas.
From now on, every multinational company should have to pay a basic minimum tax, and every penny should go towards lowering taxes for companies that choose to stay here and hire here in America.
It's a message New Delhi should expect to hear more of now. Obama will be traveling to 5 states this week as he launches his re-election campaign.
News now from the Australian Open. It was a mixed day for the Indians. While Sania was left disappointed, 38-year-old Leander Paes is still going strong.
Sania Mirza and Elena Vesnina in the near court here played an error-prone first set. 20 unforced errors, in fact, meant the unseeded pair of Svetlana Kuznetsova and Vera Zvonareva won the set 7-6. The 6 seeds, however, turned things around in the second set. It took them just 43 minutes to win it 6-2. In the decider, Sania and Vesnina seemed in control as they went up a break. Sania coming up with some good winners.
Second time lucky. Everything going their way now.
But a massive unforced error count of 51 as opposed to 24 from their opponents cost Sania and Vesnina dearly.
It's an extraordinary point.
Zvonareva and Kuznetsova took over 2.5 hours and 5 match points to finally seal their place in the final. The Russian pair winning 7-6, 2-6, 6-4 to advance to their first Aussie Open women's doubles final together.
Imagine Bharatanatyam by the disabled. In an inspiring change, a group of disabled artists performed Bharatanatyam and Sufi on wheelchairs. In Chennai, the audience were stunned. Art seems to be turning inclusive. Sam Daniel reports.
Bharatanatyam with a difference, on wheelchairs by differently able people, an outcome of 30 years of research and hard work.
In terms of their abhinaya, there was nothing lacking. The Tillana performing with the hearing impaired girls and the physically challenged guys on the wheelchair, it was just mind blowing.
There was also a stunning performance of Sufi dance on wheels. But sadly, at the cultural capital of India, Chennai, there were no takers.
Disability means they think that they should not give them opportunity. Let me tell you frankly. That's why we have organized Ability Unlimited Foundation. We have organized our own performances. We have booked our own auditorium.
Despite the Disability Act, inclusivity is still not a reality in many fields. But clearly, that does not deter these artists. With camera person Raja in Chennai, Sam Daniel, NDTV.
That's a wrap on this bulletin. For news and updates coming in, keep watching NDTV Hindu.